Namaste students. So today's our topic is ideal gas equation. So today we will study about the ideal gas equation and the numericals which are based on ideal gas equation. So in our previous video we have studied about Boyle's law, Charles law, pressure temperature law, Hamilton's law, Avogadro law. These law we have studied. Now, if we talk about Boyle's law tells the effect of the pressure on the volume of the gas at constant temperature, whereas Charles' law tells the effect of the temperature on the volume of the gas at constant pressure. But ideal gas equation or ideal gas law is a law which gives simultaneous effect of the temperature and pressure on the volume of the given mass of the gas or on the volume of the gas. So a law which gives simultaneous effect of the of the temperature and the pressure on the volume of the gas, that law is known as ideal gas law. So first of all, we will write the statement of the ideal gas law. So ideal gas law is the law which gives simultaneous effect of both temperature and pressure on the volume of gas is known as ideal gas law. That is known as ideal gas law. This thing is clear? Means जो टेम्परेचर और प्रेशर दोनों के इफेक्ट, जो दोनों का इफेक्ट हो रहा है वॉल्यूम ऑफ द गैस पे, उसको बताता है. दैट इज द आइडियल गैस इक्वेशन. नाउ डेरिवेशन ऑफ आइडियल गैस इक्वेशन. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज डेरिवेशन. नाउ अकॉर्डिंग टू बॉयल्स लॉ, इफ वी टॉक अबाउट बॉयल्स लॉ, according to Boyle's law, V is inversely proportional to P. Clear? According to Boyle's law, V is inversely proportional to P. This is equation 1. Now, according to Charles' law, V is directly proportional to T. This is second equation. And according to Avogadro law, V is directly proportional to N. These are the three equations which we have already studied. According to Boyle's law, at constant temperature, V is inversely proportional to P. According to Charles' law, at constant pressure, V is directly proportional to T. And according to Avogadro law, at constant temperature and pressure, V is directly proportional to N. But here both temperature and pressure are affecting the volume of the gas. So when we combine these three equations, we get V is directly proportional to NT upon P. Clear? And if I rearrange this equation, I get PV is directly proportional to NT and PV is equals to N capital RT. N capital R T, where R is the molar gas constant. What is R here? R is the molar gas constant or universal gas constant. Molar gas constant or universal gas constant. Here it is a proportionality constant and it is molar gas constant. So P is the pressure of the gas, V is the volume of the gas, N is the number of moles of the gas, R is the molar gas constant or gas constant, and T is the temperature. And because it is V is directly proportional to T, means here T is in Kelvin. So in ideal gas equation, this is our ideal gas equation. ये हमारी ideal gas equation है. So in ideal gas equation, this T should be in Kelvin. You can't take this T in degree Celsius. This T should be in Kelvin. So if in numerical it is given in Celsius, first of all you have to convert the temperature into the Kelvin and then you apply this formula. This thing is clear? Now here this R, this R has 5-6 values. Means universe, it is a gas constant, yes it is a constant, but it has different 5-6 values depending on the units of pressure and volume. So depending on the units, what is the unit of the pressure and the volume, depending on this we have 5-6 values of R, and you have to learn those values of R. Clear? You have to learn those values of R. So here I am writing a table. In that table I'll write the unit of P, then I'll write the unit of V, and on the basis of the unit of P and V I'll write the value of the R, and you have to learn each value of R. Now first, pressure, volume and the value of R. Clear? So first of all, if your pressure is in atm and the volume is in liter or decimeter cube. Clear? It means pressure is in atm and volume is in either liter or decimeter cube. Then your value of R will be, R is 0.0821. It's 0.0821 liter atm per Kelvin per mole, or 0.0821 decimeter cube atm per Kelvin per mole. Clear? And how we get this unit? From this equation. Clear? If I write this equation according to R, then the equation becomes R equals to PV upon NT. So unit of pressure, that is atm, unit of volume, that is liter. So liter atm, unit of N, that is per mole, and unit of temperature, that is per Kelvin. So in this way we get the unit of the R by this equation. Clear? So when P is in atm and V is in liter or decimeter cube, then your value is 0.0821. Clear? Now if your pressure is in atm and volume is in centimeter cube. Clear? Your pressure is in atm and volume is in centimeter cube, then the value of R is 82.1. It's 82.1 centimeter cube atm per Kelvin per mole. Clear? It's 82.1 centimeter cube atm per Kelvin per mole. This thing is clear? So two values, here are only two values because these two values are same. So two values, 0.0821 and 82.1. Now we move to our next one. When the pressure is in kilopascal, the pressure is in kilopascal and the volume is in decimeter cube. जब हमारा प्रेशर किस में होगा, in the kilopascal and the volume is in decimeter cube, then the value of R will be 8.314 kilopascal decimeter cube per Kelvin per mole. So it is 8.314. It is 8.314. This thing clear? Now when the pressure is in Newton meter square, when the pressure is in Newton per meter square or Pascal. Clear? Not kilopascal. When the volume pressure is in Newton meter square or Pascal and the volume is in meter cube. The volume is in meter cube, then the value of R is 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. The unit is joule per Kelvin per mole. When the pressure is in bar and the volume is in decimeter cube, then the value of R is 0.083 bar decimeter cube per Kelvin per mole. Clear beta? So these are the different values. These are the different values. You have to learn these values. Either you learn the whole table or simply you learn these units along with the values. So if you are learning 82.1 centimeter cube ATM per Kelvin per mole, it is clear from the value that the volume is in centimeter cube and the pressure is present in the ATM. Clear? So for solving the numericals which are based on the ideal gas equation, you have to know the value of the R on the basis of the pressure and the volume. Clear? We can write the ideal gas equation in terms of density also. Clear? We can write the ideal gas equation in terms of density. So ideal gas equation in terms of density. Now, ideal gas equation is PV equals to nRT. This is ideal gas equation. Now, what is N here? N is the number of the moles and number of moles equals to mass upon molar mass. Small m is the mass, given mass, and capital M is the molar mass. So, PV equals to RT. Clear? Now, if I take this M here and this V here, then I get PM is equals to M upon VRT. Now, M upon V. What is M upon V? Mass upon volume. And density equals to mass upon volume. So, in place of this, I can write density. So, PM is equals to VRT or D equals to PM upon RT. So this is the ideal gas equation in terms of density. The ideal gas equation is PV equals to nRT, but in terms of density, we can write it as D equals to PM upon RT, and in this way we can derive the equation. This thing is clear? So ideal gas equation, definition, its derivation, the values of different R, and its equation in terms of density. I hope no doubt from this topic. Now we'll do the numericals which are based on the ideal gas equation. So here is our first question. 8 gram of methane. Methane is CH4. 8 gram of methane is placed in 5 liter container at 27 degrees Celsius. Find the boil constant. Clear? Find the boil constant. Though we have to find the boil constant, but we are not able to apply the Boyle law equation, because from Boyle law equation the equation is PV equals to a constant. So what is the constant? We don't know. So we have to apply the ideal gas equation. So first of all, we'll write the quantity which are given to us, the things which are given to us. So first we have given the mass of methane, that is 8 gram. Then we have volume of the container, that is 5 liter. Then we have temperature, that is 27 degrees Celsius, and because it is present in degrees Celsius, so we have to convert this into Kelvin, so it comes 300 Kelvin. And we have to calculate Boyle constant. Boyle constant. Now according to Boyle's law, V is inversely proportional to P, so PV equals to a constant. So this PV we have to calculate. Clear? So according to ideal gas equation, PV equals to nRT. Now R, what is R here? Look, pressure we don't know, but volume we know, and volume is present in liter. So we'll apply the first, that is 0.0821. T is 300 Kelvin, R is that 0.0821, and N. Now what is N? We'll apply the formula mass upon molar mass. So mass is 8 divided by molar mass. Molar mass is CH4, so it is 16. So 16 into 0.0821 multiplied by 300. So when we solve this, it's 150. So it is 0.0821 multiplied by 150. And when we solve this, we get 12.315 liter ATM. So in this way, we apply the ideal gas equation to solve the numerical. So it is not necessary that the numerical will be a direct numerical, that pressure is given to you, R is given to you, N is given to you, T is given to you, and you have to find the volume. It is not necessary that a direct numerical is there. Sometimes indirect numericals are also there. So you have to calculate the Boyle constant, but you don't have to apply the Boyle's law. You have to apply the ideal gas equation. Clear, beta? Now we'll do the second numerical. So this is our next question. At 27 degrees Celsius, and 1 atm, a gas has volume V, means the pressure is 1 atm and the temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. At that time, the gas has volume V. What will be its volume at 177 degrees Celsius and 1.5 atm? It means the temperature varies from 27 degrees Celsius to 177 degrees Celsius, and the pressure varies from 1 atm to 1.5 atm. So we have to calculate the volume at this temperature and pressure. Now, because in this whole equation, it is not there that the moles are changing, that we are increasing or decreasing the moles. It means throughout the process N remain constant. And because it is a gas and it is a same gas, it means for a same gas the R is also a constant. So it means in this equation N and R are constant. So according to ideal gas equation, PV equals to nRT, and because N and R are constant, so we can modify this equation as PV upon T equals to nR, where nR is a constant. Now when the pressure is 1 and the temperature is 27 degrees Celsius, the volume is V, and when the pressure is 1.5 atm and the temperature is 177 degrees Celsius, we have to calculate the volume. It means we are changing the temperature from T1 to T2 and the pressure from V1 to V2, and the volume changes from V1 to V2. So the equation, so the modified equation becomes P1 V1 upon T1 is equals to P2 V2 upon T2, because N upon R is constant. Now what is P1 here? P1 is 1 atm. V1 is V. T1 is 27 degrees Celsius, and we have to convert this into Kelvin. So it becomes 300. 27 plus 273, that is 300, is equals to P2 is 1.5 atm. V2 we have to calculate, and T2 is 177 degrees Celsius, and we have to convert this into Kelvin. So 177 plus 273, that is 450. Now V2 become 1 into V into 450 divided by 300 into 1.5. Now when we multiply these two, we get divided by 450. 450 cancel. So V2 becomes V. It means V2 is also V. V1 is V and V2 is also V. So here we are not applying the exact ideal gas equation, but we are applying the derived ideal, means the modification of the ideal gas equation. Clear? So again, it is clear that it is not necessary that you get the direct question, because if it is direct question, then you can easily solve. So in this way, you get the numericals on the base, which is based on the ideal gas law. So here are the numericals, some numericals based on the ideal gas equation in your screen. Solve these numericals and tell me the answers of these numericals. So that's all for today. I'll see you in my next video with a new topic.